It's good that this one fell out because you don't want to eat that. That's not.
Oh, that's gross.
You don't want to eat.
It's March, let's celebrate Women's History Month. I am so pumped. We are going to talk about some really incredible women throughout history today. Queen Isabella gave Columbus the money to discover the New World. If Queen Isabella hadn't given Columbo the money, we'd be living in an old world. And who wants to live in an old world? Have you been to an old folks home? Now imagine if that was your world. You'd just be hearing a lot of people saying, I can't get up, or not being able to hear at all. Queen Elizabeth said England doesn't have to be Catholic. Without Queen Elizabeth, we'd all have to follow Pope Francis on Facebook and Instagram. And I like the guy, but I don't think that what he's posting is very interesting. We all need to come together and love. Yeah, well, I think the Beatles said it better. Corazon Aquino brought democracy back to the Philippines, which makes me happy because those are my people. I mean, I'm not Filipino, but my whole life people have told me, Terrence, you look Filipino. So whenever something good happens to the Philippines, I go, yay, go Philippines! Harriet Tubman helped slaves escape on the Underground Railroad. Although there was no Underground Railroad, that didn't exist. There is a subway, but that's a modern invention. So what did she actually do? She helped people escape through the forest. Except the forest doesn't have a ring to it. The Underground Railroad sounds like we're going somewhere. This little light of mine. Phyllis Hayashibara was a Japanese woman who taught U.S. history at my high school, and I think she's pretty cool. I learned a lot. Sacagawea led Lewis and Clark to explore America, so we could become a melting pot. Without her, instead of a delicious stew, we'd just be a bunch of raw food ingredients spread out all over the table of the world. And what are you gonna do with all that raw food? Nothing, that's nasty. Queen Liliuokalani was Queen of Hawaii, and she made a famous song, Aloha Oe. None of our presidents have made famous songs and been president. We need to step up our game. Come on, Trump, bust out the fiddle. Hence, grab the kazoo. My girlfriend's name is Tallulah. She does the hula. She plays the guitar and she can make a burrito in 20 seconds. Also, what's a hula? Laura Scudder's was the first person to put chips in a bag, which is where they should be. What were all the men doing before Laura came around? Hey, Earl, I got some potato chips. They're in my hand. Where should I put them? Oh, I know. Maybe in my pocket. She also has a peanut butter named after her, even though Laura Scudder's had nothing to do with peanut butter. Her name was just co-opted because she sounds like a nice grandma and it's good for branding. Sophie Scholl led a secret Nazi resistance. She stood up to Hitler when she was a young woman. I'm a grown man and I wouldn't stand up to Hitler. Yes, Mr. Hitler, sir. Are you making fun of me? No, nine, Mr. Hitler, sir, 9. Ich bin ein Berliner. Yes, I am a jelly donut, sir. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice. Fought for gender equality, fought for gay marriage, said Trump was a faker. She graduated the day after her mom died. She went to work the day her husband died. She went to work the day she had a surgery. RBG is a woman who lays down the law without ever laying down. She just keeps going. It's unbelievable. Marilyn Monroe used her white privilege to help black entertainers. That's something I couldn't do because I don't have white privilege because I'm black. I have black privilege. I use my black privilege to help white entertainers. Like, hey, Steve, you probably shouldn't use the N-word in your joke. It's not a good look. I'm so sorry for the many times I've disrespected women. Women should be respected. It's wrong that the world has placed undue emphasis on their physical bodies. Women deserve to be known for their other qualities that really matter. Things like their intelligence, creativity, compassion, and courage. I hope you guys will join me in celebrating Women's History Month. Peace and love. Come on, Trump, bust out the fiddle. Hence, grab the kazoo.
License tag. And if I had a dime for every person who comes up to me and says, oh, thank you, husband, for being in the military. And I said, how did you know I was in the military? This is what you have, a handicapped Vietnam student. I said, and it's not possible. But when we talk about the strength of the nurses that were in the war zone itself. You know what I mean? In the war zone itself. We had to help with the body bags. We ran out with IVs. We didn't have no fancy thing where you had to do labs to know if the blood count was down. But you know, one of the things that we always had was a smile.
Hello and welcome to another episode of your Human Service News and Information. I'm Hasson, Rashid, your host, and I'll be with you for several more minutes at least. The opening video, I guess you're wondering about that. Well, you know, this month, March 2019, is National Women's Month. National Women's Month. And the 8th of March is International Women's Day. So there's two big celebrations going on. The celebration of women nationally and the celebration of women internationally. Happy Women's Day and month to all of the mothers, daughters, nieces that are women, okay? Women month. This is all about you. And I think the rest of this broadcast is going to be all about you, except these few things I'd like to bring to your attention. This, CCTV 6 candidates for board of directors. That's coming up soon. The annual, CCTV board of directors election. And you're invited to come in and apply. I'm going to tell you in a few minutes how you can apply to become a member of the CCTV's board. Become a candidate right here for CCTV. Okay, Cambridge Television is governed by board directors that include both appointed and elected seats. This year there will be 4 elected openings on the board, which will be filled at the annual meeting. 2 of the 4 will be 1-year terms for members representatives. The remaining 2 will be 2-year seats. Individuals are sought who broadly represents the community served by CCTV. If you're interested in serving CC Board of Directors, please read the following and submit the nominations. Okay, okay, you're invited to submit your nominations form, and I think you can find that at or you can email info@cctv.org for a form, a nomination form. If you can't find one at www.cctvcambridge.org, or you can call in and inquire about a nomination form if you're interested in running for CCTV's Board of Directors 2019. Okay, the net telephone number is 617-661-6900. And there'll also be committees. They're going to be dividing up the membership in committees. So programming policy committee, fundraiser committee, membership advocacy outreach committee, mass communication technology committee, finance committee, personal committee. If any of those sound all right to you, well, you're invited to come on in and get involved with being a candidate for CCTV's Board of Directors. The elections for the Board of Directors, timetable for election of the Board of Directors is March 25th. Deadline for board nomination forms at CCTV, 5 p.m. Nomination form is available on the back. Okay, there's a form that you can come into the station and get with the nominations. Okay, with the nomination form. So, or you can email to info@cctcambridge.org or mail to CCTV 438 Massachusetts Avenue and inquire about a request a nomination form. March 26th, information on nominees will be made available to members. April 24th, annual meeting, board members, nominees will present themselves to the membership for consideration, and a vote will be held. So you'll be hearing more about that throughout the month right here at CCTV, I'm sure. So if you're interested and you can't wait to hear anything else, you can come right on in at 438 Massachusetts and inquire about being a candidate for CCTV's Board of Directors. Okay, I'm Hasson Rashid. You know, this is your Human Service News and Information, and I forgot to greet you or extend the universal universal cordial of peace out to you. Peace be unto you, and thank you for joining us once again. Okay, it's International Women's Day will be on the 8th of March, and the whole month will be dedicated to women as they celebrate National Women's Day here in Cambridge and all over the world. I'm going to try to get some, I'm going to skip that and go straight on to I'm going to some events in Cambridge related to National Women's History Month. But right now I'm going to share another video with you, and then we'll get to some of the events where you can go and participate and celebrate and join all of the women in Cambridge as they celebrate National Women's History, National Women's Month, and International Women's Month. Okay, International Women's Day. Okay, I'll get it right. Hopefully, sooner than later. Okay.
Ida B. Wells is born into slavery just 6 months before President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation and would commit her life to breaking the iron grip of Jim Crow laws. During the spring of 1884, a train ride from Memphis would prove to be the beginning of Wells's lifelong public campaign against the inequities faced by African Americans throughout the South. After purchasing a first-class ticket and taking her seat in ladies' coach, the conductor told her to move to the forward car, a smoking car, to which she refused and was forcibly removed from the train. In 1887, Wells was able to buy part ownership in a newspaper and later was the sole proprietor of Memphis Free Speech, where she created an editorial voice of resistance that rallied against racial discrimination of African Americans. In 1892, tragedy struck Wells when 3 of her friends were lynched. She decried the lynching and as a result was run out of town when white citizens burned her newspaper office. Wells moved to Chicago, where she continued her crusade against lynching. In Chicago, she founded numerous organizations for African American women and became involved in the suffrage movement. Along with Jane Addams, she successfully prevented Chicago from establishing segregated schools.
Okay, Hassan Rashid here with you again. Okay, so I said, congratulations to all the women of the world. This is your month, especially nationally. This is the month for celebrating the history of women. You know, without women, there would be nothing. So the 8th of March, all the women in the world are celebrated, and I guess the rest of the month, just all the women, I guess, in the United States, and I guess they extend out to all the women of the world. So once again, happy Women's Month. Okay, locally, an introduction to women of color in feminist history. That's Massachusetts and beyond. Thursday, that's tomorrow, 7:15, 8:30 p.m., Cambridge Main Library, Community Room, lower level, dessert provided free and open to the public. In celebration of Women's History Month, you're invited to join the women and the folks who are going to attend at the library, that's the Cambridge Main Library, for a lively overview of feminism, focusing on experience of women of color in each wave of movement from suffrage to the present day. Stephanie Garayan, intercollegiate graduate student, gender and poverty reduction at the University of London, will discuss some key events and organizations in feminist history, highlighting women of color who shaped the stories of the future. And then there's the Cambridge Women Heritage Project, presents Massachusetts and women's suffrage. That's Monday, March 18th, 6:30 p.m., Cambridge Main Library. Barbara Berenson gives local suffragettes attention they deserve and discuss the battle over historical memory that long obscured the state leading role. Massachusetts was at the center of a national struggle for women. Okay, so that's just two of the local events here. This is the first one. It's an introduction to women of color, feminist history, Massachusetts and beyond. That's on Thursday, tomorrow, March 7th, 7:15, 8:30 p.m. And the second one I announced was Cambridge Women's Heritage Project presents Massachusetts in the women's suffrage movement, Monday, March 6th, 6:30 p.m., the Cambridge Main Library, and they're going to discuss how significant Massachusetts was in the national struggle for women. So you be there at those two events. Okay, I think I got, okay. This is a woman in history. Okay, you remember Margaret Marshall, appointed the Supreme Judicial Court. This is a woman out of South Africa. She came to Massachusetts and joined the Supreme Court. She left South Africa right after apartheid was ended. Okay, on this day in 1999, Margaret Marshall became the first woman appointed Chief Justice of the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court, the oldest court in the Western Hemisphere. The SJC was established in 1693 in the aftermath of the Salem witch trials. Over 3 centuries later, Governor Paul Salucci made history when he named a South African-born woman to lead the court, when her involvement in anti-apartheid movement put her life at risk. Margaret Marshall immigrated to the United States and earned a law degree and settled in Massachusetts. Her nomination as Chief Justice was controversial, and some of her rulings have been even more so. Undoubtedly, the most controversial is the 2003 Goodrich decision which legalized same-sex marriage in Massachusetts. So there's no limit to what women have achieved on Earth. Okay, Okay, there's no limit to what women have achieved on earth, and I think that's what this month is all about, to just help uncover and share some of the things that women have done with the nation, with the world. Okay, once again, now introduction to women of color and feminist history, Massachusetts and beyond. It's Thursday, March 7th, 7 to 15, 8:30 p.m. Cambridge Main Library, community room, lower level. Desserts are provided, free and open to the public. In celebration of Women's History Month, you're invited to join a lively overview of feminism, focusing on the experience of women of color in each wave of the movement from suffrage to present day. Stephanie Garan, inter-college graduate student studying gender and poverty reduction at the University of London, will discuss some key events and organizations, feminist history, highlighting women of color who shaped the story. Stephanie Garan, now studying in London, and she was one of the local leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement right here in Cambridge before she went to London. So it'll be good to see her again. She'll be there at the library. That's Thursday, March 7th, 7:15, 8:30 p.m. Cambridge Main Library, community room, lower level. Desserts pride is free and open to the public. You are all welcome to attend. Okay, I forgot any more things to share with you. There's concerning Women's Month, but we'll be trying to bring you some other happenings concerning women and Women's History Month. I had some things that I had 10 things. Let me see if I can find it, that women were responsible for inventing. So if I can find these right now, I can share them with you before we go off the air. Okay, I think I almost got it. Okay, here we go. 10 things that no one knew that a woman had discovered. Okay, here we go. Windshield wipers. You see the cars out there every day? Well, women invented windshield wipers. Also, number 2, women invented bulletproof vests. And number 3, women invented life rafts. There was a woman invented life raft. Number 4, a woman invented wireless communications. Isn't that something? You never knew that, huh? And number 9, women invented Barbie dolls. A woman invented Barbie dolls. Number 10, women invented the game Monopoly. Can you believe that? The 10 things that a woman invented. No one knew. Okay, Margie C. Turner, graduation year 09. Margie C. Turner, class of 1909, rather, is the first black woman student on record at the Institute of I guess that's MIT. Margaret C. Turner, graduate year 1909, enrolled at MIT in 1905 along with her brother Charles C. Turner Jr. 09. What's this? 1909 graduate date. The second early case of black sibling attending mass since Charles S. Dixon, 98, and John B. Dixon, 98. Okay, like Robert R. Taylor, 92, the first known black student at MIT, Turner studied architecture, course number 4. Her academic performance, however, was poor, likely due to illness. Both she and her brother dropped out of MIT in 1906, though later identified as class of 1909 alumni. Turner became a Boston public school teacher. She and her sister, Grace B. Turner, also teacher, made and collected traditional peddler dolls. During the late 1960s, they published a popular 4-volume series titled Peddler Dolls, portraying cries of old London and itinerant merchants of early America, Johnson duplicating services. So, first black person that attended MIT locally here in Cambridge was a woman. Was a woman. Okay, I didn't know those things. Every week from June 5th to April 6th, we have what is known in Cambridge here as the Cambridge Winners Farmers Market. So it's located at 5 Callender Street. You're invited to come on out every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and and partake in fresh produce of your choice. There's plenty of the stuff. They're located at 5 Calendar Street, Cambridge, Massachusetts. So don't you forget about fresh produce available every Saturday at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. At the Cambridge Winners Farmers Market, 5 Calendar Street, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Okay, I got a few more things here to share with you, but I won't because time is caught up with us, and we must make way for the next for the next shift. Okay, I'm Hasson Rashid. You know, and I always say that you should always keep your nose clean, play straight, and don't forget to assist someone in need of your help. And until next time, I leave you as I came, and that is with the International Universal Cordial of Peace. Peace be unto you. Until next time.
Ida B. Wells is born into slavery just 6 months before President Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation and would commit her life to breaking the iron grip of Jim Crow laws. During the spring of 1884, a train ride from Memphis would prove to be the beginning of Wells's lifelong public campaign against the inequities faced by African Americans throughout the South. After purchasing a first-class ticket and taking her seat in ladies' coach, the conductor told her to move to the forward car, a smoking car, to which she refused and was forcibly removed from the train. In 1886,